Hello girlfriends, welcome to my channel, or welcome if you're new here. My name is Jody and it's great to have you join me today. Special welcome if you are new here. I post curly hair content every Friday. I post lifestyle content every Monday, so I'd love to have you join me either one of those days or both. It'd be great to have you along. And for this video in particular, we are doing a this or that video. In this video, I take a look at a particular type of product. Like in this one in particular, we are looking at creams, and I style with two different creams, hence the this or that. One side has one product and the other side has a different product. And I just kind of compare and contrast what I like, and usually I try to pick one that I like the best. So if you're interested in that kind of thing, stick around. I'd love to have you join me, and let's get into what we are going to be styling with. Like I said, we are going to be looking at creams today. So the two stylers that I have, the first one is the Bounce Curl Avocado and Rose Oil Clump and Define Cream. And then the other one that we are going to be looking at is the Rizo's Curls Curl Defining Cream. So while I talk about what a hair cream does for your hair, we are going to take a look at product shots of these two, just kind of compare and contrast the consistencies and everything like that, and then we are going to begin styling. A hair cream is a versatile moisturizing styling product that nourishes the hair while providing light hold, frizz control, and definition without the stiffness of gels, offering natural, touchable finish for various hair types, including curly, wavy, and straight hair, by softening, smoothing, and enhancing texture. All right, I have no particular order as far as what side I choose to put what on, but since I said that we're starting out with the Bounce Curl Cream, I guess that's the one we're going to do, and I almost always start out with my left side first. So we're going to continue with that practice and everything. This is the Avocado, Rose Oil, and Clump and Define Cream. It retails for $25 for the 6-ounce container. It is a styling product that offers enhanced curl definition, balanced hydration, and medium moisture with its blend of avocado, rose, and black seed oils. Designed to support soft, touchable curls and helps to maintain definition between washes. It's suitable for wavy and curly hair types, and it leaves your hair feeling smooth and nourished. The directions say that this product is extra concentrated, so apply a small amount of the cream to sections of hair. The product is thick and the hair must be wet for effective distribution. After applying cream, scrunch in and follow up with Bounce Curl styling products. You can air dry or diffuse. So my hair is wet, but I am going to make sure it is definitely on the more wet side than not, because like she said in these directions, I say she because the founder is a she, but this cream is thick and little goes a long way. I am going to section up my hair kind of. Let me put my hair clippy in actually. I just like to kind of keep this part separated so I don't snag hair, so it's really easy for me to do as I brush style and everything. I'm just going to, like I said, section up this top area. If I were not doing a this or that and you're familiar with my videos, I oftentimes do like this horseshoe up on top and brush style that just a little different directions. I feel like that just helps give me a little bit more volume to my hair. So I'm going to try to maintain that similar brush styling pattern. You know what am I doing? I'm getting ahead of myself. I need to put the product on. If you know me at all too, I usually just apply my product on the two halves. I don't separate beyond that. I find if I separate into smaller sections that I just tend to go overboard more than what I need. So you know what? We'll separate or we'll section my hair more after I have this product on. Now at this point, you guys have already seen this product shots, but spoiler alert, I have not, and it's been a while since I've used this product. It's been a while since I've used both of these creams, but this one in particular, it's been longer. I chose both of these stylers together because I thought that they were both creams that you could technically use as a single styler. They wouldn't be ones that I would personally choose to use as a single styler, but I believe it can be done. People with more, I want to say, a naturally defined curls that kind of form a little bit better on their own, can probably use this more as a single styler than I would be able to. My hair is very frizzy. I mean, I'm going to show a video of what my hair looks like just unstyled and versus styled and everything like that, so you can see the difference. But my hair is very frizzy just if I let it naturally air dry with no product on. But okay, let's get to looking at this product here. Like I said, I know you guys have already seen what this looks like. If I remember correctly though, this is going to, even this small amount is going to emulsify well into my hands, and I might actually put, okay, there's a little white cast on there, but I don't want to go in with too much. I want to see how well it's coming off of my hands, and then see if I need to apply any water. Rub my hands together a little bit more. I'm getting a few shed hairs. All right, nothing really left on my hands. I'm just trying to decide if that was enough. This is going to be my only styler, so I am going to go in with just a little bit more, just a tiny bit more. Will I regret that? We'll see. We shall see. Okay, I still have some white cast on my hands. I think what I'm going to do is just get my spray bottle, put a little water in my hands. That's going to help loosen up the product so I can get it off my hands a little bit more and onto the hair. And there's still some that is not coming off. I'm going to say that that is telling me that I have enough product on my hair, that my hair just isn't absorbing any more of it. So I'm wiping that product off, that extra product, and then we are going to begin brush styling. All right, there's been a little bit of time passed since I spoke to you last, but since I did speak to you last, I did also distribute this product with my Tangle Teezer brush. I didn't show that. All right, and then I also sectioned out the back section of the left side of my hair. I usually don't show that on camera because it's difficult for both you and I to see, I feel like. I don't get a full idea for how the curls are clumping and everything like that. So it's just, I feel like you can see more, I can see more when we just focus more on the front sections. Not that we don't want the back to look good, that's not the case at all. But yeah, I hope you get what I'm saying. So far, the curls seem to be clumping well. I will know more when I bring it around and scrunch it as well. I know this product recommends to apply one of their other bounce curl stylers, like their cream gel, but for the sake of just trying to see what this product gives, I have chosen just to do this as a single styler. All right, I'm going to slightly rake my fingers through just to break up any extra large curl clumps, and then I'm going to scrunch. There still feels like there's a very good amount of water in my hair. Okay, this is what it's looking like. So far, I like what it looks like. Oh, you know what? I need to do the top section. Forgot all about that. All right, let me get this caught up and then I will check back with you when we're scrunching the last portion of this left side. Now we are going to rake my fingers through slightly and do the final scrunch on this side. Okay, does it look any different? Any better? Any worse? So far, I like what I'm seeing. I'm going to move this clippy onto the other side, wet my hair down. And before I go any further, I'm going to clean my brushes so that I don't contaminate, like I don't get any of the bounce curl product onto my other side. And so let me do that real quick. All right, I'm back. So let's go over the Rizo's Curl Defining Cream. This is the Rizo's Curl Defining Cream. The full size 10 ounce retails for $23. I have just the travel size. It says it is proven to define and enhance your natural hair texture. There is a reason why it is our #1 bestseller. It works great across different hair types to take your natural hair texture and enhance and define it. Best of all, it will not leave your curls crunchy or weigh down your hair, leaving you weightless and touchable curls. This defining cream is made with natural ingredients such as aloe vera, coconut oil, and shea butter, and will soon be your best friend for styling defined, bouncy, shiny, frizz-free, voluminous curls. The directions say to apply a quarter-sized amount onto hands and work through damp hair. Focus on areas that require the most moisture and scrunch your hair to activate the texture. Use fingers to shape curls. Dry hair with diffuser to enhance definition and volume. And while drying, you can apply additional product to areas that require more moisture. On thin, fine hair, use sparingly. All right, I have thin, fine hair, so we're going to use it sparingly. No quarter-sized amount here. I didn't need the directions to tell me that though. So let's get this product out. Gotta shake it down a little bit apparently. All right, just a little bit there. And this one also builds up on your hands. I'm getting actually more buildup on my hands on this one, and I didn't remember that from before. These both, by the way, have a very powdery, fresh scent to them, but the Bounce Curl one is a bit more mild. Okay, I think that is going to be plenty for my hair. My areas that need it the most, it did mention to put it on the areas that need it the most, are like these face framing areas. In a way, they're more fine, but they're also the areas that are more dry and damage, get more mechanical damage and everything like that, and just naturally more dry. So I do need to be careful. It's kind of like one of those, a little bit more maybe, but not too much. It's a fine line. I still have a little bit of product on my hands, but not much. I'm just going to wipe this off. All right, as with the other side, I have already brush styled the back section, and we are just moving on. So far, things seem to be going smoothly. Both sides had good slip. I expect that kind of out of a cream. I don't expect it to be like dragging in my hair or anything like that. I expect these to be very softening to my hair, and I hope that the Bounce Curl one talks about a little bit of hold, but it doesn't talk about pairing it as a, or using it as a single styler necessarily. And then this Rizo Curls ones doesn't talk about hold, but it does talk about using it as a single styler, or I feel like it hints at using it as a single styler. I could be wrong, but that's the impression that I got. Let me know, have any of you guys used either of these creams, and have you used either of these alone? Like, used them at all, like paired with something, or by themselves? I would love to know your experience if you have used them. Let us know. I feel like I had a little more sunlight in my sunroom here just a little bit ago, but it's kind of, well, it's definitely a very overcast day, and we're supposed to get some snow a little bit later on. Okay. Looking good. Looking about the same, really. As it's wet, it's hard to tell. Let me get this top section though. Alright, when I was brush styling this top section, I didn't do quite as many sections to it. I think on the left side I had done 4 sections on the very top, and then on my right side I accidentally only got 3. So it is what it is. This isn't going to be a perfectly controlled experiment, but it's an experiment nonetheless. Alright, I see that I'm getting some lift. I see that I'm getting some curl on the top. Kind of what I noticed I felt like on the Bounce Curl side as well. So let me go diffuse this, and I'll come back and I'll show you my results. Alright, curl friends, I am here with my hair fully diffused, and let's take a look at what these sides are looking like. So the Bounce Curl side, and what the underneath is looking like, and then the Rizo's Curl side, and what the underneath is looking like. Okay, and I'm gonna let you get a shot of the back, and then we'll talk about each side individually. All right, let's start with the same side we started with styling. The Bounce Curl side, I have good definition throughout. I have good definition on the underside. I have it on the top. Yes, there is frizz, but this is a cream styler. It's not going to give the hold, which will eliminate frizz or greatly reduce frizz. A hold helps reduce frizz as well as moisture. So I'm not going to get rid of all the frizz because I just don't have the level of hold that I would have otherwise with a stronger hold styler. But for a moisturizing styler, this is really good. And my hair is not weighed down, you guys. It still has plenty of spring back to it, plenty of like, see, like that bounces right back up and everything like that. I really like that. And so I am very pleased with this altogether. I really do think that this looks good. The moisture is fine. I wasn't really worried about that. If anything, I was more worried that it may be over moisturized and everything. And I don't think that's the case at all. It's very soft, as I had said. This took virtually no time to dry. My hair dried really fast. I have an average amount of volume, I would say, and an average amount of shine. Nothing spectacular on either of those accounts, but because my curls are springing up so much, it is giving me a little bit more volume rather than like it doesn't have maybe as much lift up here. There is still lift because there is still curl definition up there, even up at the top, but it's not like a raised volume from a product producing grit or anything like that. So no real grit to this product, just curl definition. Okay, moving on to the Rizo's curl side. I have good definition. It's very similar in the fact that there's definition throughout on the top and the undersides. There is frizz because there's not the level of hold, and I have an average amount of volume, maybe even a little bit more volume on this side. I feel like maybe that's because there's a little bit more frizz on this side as well. But I just feel like this side lays a little bit more voluminous from what I can see. There's this back quadrant here that is less defined, less curly, I should say. And I think that's just my curl pattern. My curl pattern always in here is a little bit looser. I've been noticing that. And so that has nothing to do with the products themselves. It's not going to curl out like it does for the other spots. But other than that, like I said, very cohesive, very nice looking, an average amount of shine, maybe a little bit less shine on this side. Moisture still feels very good, very soft. But the differences that I am noticing is, one, I think there is, as I touched on, a little bit more frizz on the Rizo side, just a little bit. And I also think that there is, I think the Rizo side is hanging just a slight bit longer than the bounce curl side. When I especially look at the bottom, the underside of my curls, I feel like I could definitely see a difference that the bounce curl side has more bounce to it than the Rizo side. I feel like these curls are just a little bit more elongated. Do they look bad? No, I think both sides look good, like I said, for just being a cream styler. But I do think that the bounce curl side has just a little bit more curl spring back to it. I think that's going to be all though for day one. We are definitely going to check back on day two, see how these are holding up, and at that point I will let you know which one I think is my favorite. Alright curl friends, I am back for day two with the two different styling creams. I have the bounce curl on this side. The bounce curl, what is it? The avocado and rose oil clump and define cream. It's a long title. I might have that mixed up just a little bit because I don't have the products here with me. And then on this side I have the Rizo's curl defining cream. That one's a pretty simple title. I can remember that one. But now here I am to give an overview. First, actually though, let's look at the back of my hair. Alright, I'm still going to start out by analyzing, I guess, each side individually. I still think for the bounce curl side that I have a good definition throughout most areas. Most of the curls held up fairly decently. I do have a bit more frizz on top and especially underneath here, right in this area at the nape of my neck. That seems to happen easily regardless, but without a gel especially, it just doesn't have that level of hold. So it's easily going to get disturbed there. I will say I was pretty gentle on my curls yesterday. I just stayed indoors really, which is pretty uncharacteristic of me. Today, I did run some errands earlier this morning. I had an appointment earlier, and then I also shoveled snow. Part of it I did with my hood off. Part of it I did the snow blower with my hood on because that would just blow snow all over me. So today I got a little bit more roughed up. But anyways, I do think that the bounce curl has held up pretty well. The volume is about the same. I feel like the moisture still feels good. It's going to last me through till I have to wash next, which will be in 2 more days. And so I like how this is holding up. I'm pretty impressed with it. Now, as far as the Rizo's curls, these curls have stretched maybe just a little bit more. Still, they don't look bad. I don't feel like this area, just to me, feels like it's a little bit more elongated. And similarly though, like there has been a little bit more frizz to develop, but not like a ton. I say it's very comparable to what the bounce curl side is. And once again, this nape of my neck here, definitely I have the frizz. Another thing that I noticed though, I did feel like yesterday my Rizo's curls had a little bit more volume than maybe the bounce curl side, and I do feel like that volume has kind of settled a little bit more. It's not flat by any means, but it does look like it's not quite as voluminous as it was the previous day. Moisture feels great, on par and everything like that, so I won't have an issue there. All in all, I am very impressed with how these creams held up. But for my favorite, I want to know what your guys' favorite is. Let me know in the comments down below. But for my favorite, it was my favorite yesterday, and it's my favorite today, and that's the Bounce Curl side. I just like the way my curls spring up a little bit better. I like my curl pattern a little bit better. I do think it has a little bit more spring back because like this side is still a little bit higher than my Rizo's curl side. Not by a ton, but just a little bit. Now, would I choose to use these as a single styler again? I don't really think so. The Bounce Curl, I might be a little bit more tempted to. I'm actually, after this experiment, I'm definitely feeling more tempted to dig into some of my single or one and done cream stylers. I haven't done that for a while, but this time of year is the perfect time. So I need to do that before winter is over. But I'm absolutely impressed with these results. Turned out better than I expected. I was worried that I might have put too much product on, but yeah, I wanted enough to give me at least that hold because they were my only styler and everything. Let me know what you thought of this in the comments down below. Products will also be listed down below, so if you're interested, you can click on those. I do earn a small commission, but it's very small, and I do appreciate your support. But until I see you again in the next video, have a great day. Bye!